Hi guys, Kaori Takee here for Red Carpet Report at the Paley Center for the premiere of Justice League War, the new DC animated feature. I'm about to talk to all of the people, so come check it out with me. Thank you.
Right on.
All right, so who's your favorite Aquaman? Hook hand or no hand? I mean, hand.
I'm sorry? Hand or no hand?
Hand or no hand? Hook hand.
Oh, no hook hand.
Why not?
Because I personally feel like Aquaman is as sort of iconic as Superman or Batman or Wonder Woman. Can you imagine Wonder Woman with a hook hand or like a lasso hand? Or I respect that other creators, that come before, have come before and they've had their takes on the characters, but there's certain takes I like better than others. I wasn't a fan of the hook hand because I would never do that to Superman or Batman. So Aquaman needs a little more respect than the hook hand.
And in designing these costumes, looking at the actors that voice them, did they play an influence on that?
In this particular, it's usually very collaborative, and it always is to a certain degree. In the case of this film, I did the concept art for this movie while I was still working on Flashpoint. So that was like way before we had a final script, and there was no voice. I don't think we had a cast. Andrea probably and James probably had a cast in mind, but we didn't have a cast or a script yet, so there was no record. So in this case, I imagine they may have had some of the artwork up, and that might have, sort of inspired some of their individual takes. But we have such a tremendous voice cast; it's like their range. They can do anything. So.
Speaking of range, of all the DC characters, which one do you think has changed their design the most and has the most phenomenal costume changes throughout the years?
Well, I think the character that has the most legitimate sort of interpretations, one of the easier characters to incorporate into individual styles is Batman. I mean, it seems like every artist has a great take on Batman. He's had so many iterations and evolutions through the years, been drawn by so many amazing artists, and there seems to be way less wrong takes. I think it's easier to miss with characters like Superman and Wonder Woman because they have a much they're almost godlike in their character, and it's very and they're like perfect. You know what I mean? Batman is inherently flawed, and he's dark, and you can hide him with shadows, and you can do all kinds of cool things with his capes and long ears, short ears. Bulky, slim. He has all, but and to contrast that, Superman and Wonder Woman have a much more limited sort of range of what works and what doesn't work for them. Makes them more challenging to work on. But yeah.
So it makes them more challenging when there's less to work with.
I think it does. Yeah, I think they're the hardest characters to do well and to do right. Me personally, I'm still trying to get them right, and I've been drawing them for years. So.
Yeah. I really like Wonder Woman in this
Cool.
particular one.
I'm glad you like it. I think the reason that this one works, in my opinion, is, for me, I feel like when I try to draw the classic, I always fall short of, what's in my head because it's such a wonderful tradition, and you can never live up to, the sort of classics that have come before. So with this Wonder Woman, I was allowed to sort of depart from that tradition and do something different, and so it doesn't have to compete with those wonderful classic interpretations, and it can kind of be its own thing. So in that way, I feel like it was a little easier to design her for this film.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. You're welcome.
Thanks, guys, for tuning in. If you like this video, click like. If you want to see more, go ahead and subscribe. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and check out this video at home. And let me know who your favorite superhero is. Mine is Batman. See you later.